So this is site one. There are three main sites in there, but many more actually. So this is kind of a panorama here of site one. Kind of up on a hill. So on top of site one here, there's a giant bomb crater. And there are bomb craters all over this site, which is, unfortunate, and which also shows the strategic importance of this route from the Gulf of Tonkin to the inland. So some of these jars are, just gigantic. This jar behind me is well over 3 meters high. Pretty amazing. Go inside. At the top of the cave are these two holes. Little shrines and offerings here for the to the dead from the war, I presume. Oh, so actually I was wrong. This has actually all been part of Site 1, and kind of shows how massive the this whole complex is. So the cave and everything, and these bomb craters that I've showed you in the back there in the cave, this is all still part of Site 1. So this is one of the few jars that has a lid on it. And the lid has kind of like a pattern on it. Concentric circles. Okay, I've arrived at Jar of Plains Site 2 on my trusty scooter here, Zhongsheng. I guess it's a Chinese Honda. And I am wearing a helmet. Okay, here's Jar of Plains Site 2, part of Site 2 here. And there's some school kids playing up here. And take a look at some of the jars close up. It's kind of a square opening of a jar. They're kind of long jar. This is a very long one. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
So also here at Site 2, this is the remains of a stupa or shrine. And it probably got bombed out, but you can kind of see it. Has some angular features on it here, but there are definitely bomb craters around here, and so then there's another part of Site 2 which I'm about to go to. Okay, this is the other side of Site 2, and kind of jars are kind of scattered around. There's a few down the hillside, but This might be one of the lids that's been taken off. A picture of the countryside here. Looks like another lid over here with some kind of a design on it. These are supposed to be like burial pots, according to one French archaeologist, but people don't really know for sure. They found some human ashes and teeth and stuff in there, but some people say they were contemporary and not Iron Age. Another lid. Well, I'm on my way to the Tadlong waterfall, and thank goodness for maps.me, because I can actually find little obscure places like this. And so these cows are here in the road, and I have to go through them. So yeah, the cows are here, and I'm going to navigate through the cows. But again, kudos to maps.me, because that's been great in finding my way. GPS navigation all the way around. I just check on my phone here on the map. I know exactly where I am, kind of. Okay, so I've made it to the waterfalls here, and it looks like the water's kind of on the low side. This is kind of their fall winter season, and their somewhat dry season, although today is overcast and who knows, it might rain. But I imagine when this is flowing, it's pretty beautiful. It keeps going down and down and down. Okay, so I've reached the last, or the third site for the Plain of Jars, and on the way there, well, I just wanted to show the terraced farmlands, and of course they're not active right now. Everything's very dry. But you can kind of see how they irrigate, by using the different levels and building berms and dams and little canals and everything. It's kind of interesting to see that. So I don't know what they were growing here, but I guess I could find out. Yeah, so I'm still on my way to Site 3. Got to walk through this farmland here. I'm walking up on one of these berms, and they're growing something over there. A little bit more water up here than elsewhere, but it's kind of want you to get the experience of what it's like all throughout the countryside here in Southeast Asia. Little farms and areas of agriculture. Okay, so here's Site 3, and every site, well, the first site was 15,000 kip to enter, which is about like $1, 75. The second two sites were 10,000 kip each, and that's like $1.25, $1.30. There are more sites than the 3 sites, and they're scattered all around through this high mountain village area here all throughout this province. And you can go to some of them, but these first three sites are the most visited. You also have to be careful because they are still unexploded ordnance around here, and there's a huge effort going on to clear this valley. So I'm going to get a little bit political now. This area of Laos has been bombed by the United States during the secret war over a 9-year period. We didn't know that this was going on until well after toward the latter part of it. But this entire area, the entire region, and parts of southern Laos too, are so heavily bombed that there's a huge effort going on for removing unexploded ordnance. And so my political message here is that we have to stop the U.S. has got to stop the regime change wars, and it's why I support Tulsi Gabbard as President of the United States, because she's the only candidate there who is running on that platform. So I'm sorry to get political, but I have to. Again, behind me here is another bomb crater. It's grown in with trees now, but you can see that this area, all these sites, and this entire valley was bombed to smithereens during the conflict.